Hello, welcome. Good afternoon.
I know, right?
Tanisha, what's going on?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. We here.
We is here today, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, sisters and brothers?
Yes. So I'm excited about today. How about you?
Indeed.
I mean, first of all, let me just say,
Girl, you cute.
You
is over here fine. Listen, y'all, Emily over here fine, okay?
no, don't let her tell y'all that.
Brother Ray, he put it down, honey, because she came in here fly today, hair and all. Like, she ready, y'all.
I cannot.
She is ready.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this. But I'm excited about this event this Saturday.
Yeah. I'm excited too.
Of healing and
what we doing? We doing mental health wellness, y'all.
Hope of healing.
No, it's the gathering of hope and healing.
Yes, amen.
Symposium.
Yes.
Mental health symposium.
Yes.
That's what it said.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
That's what it said. But we got Andrea here with us on our podcast today. And Dr. Olivia. So let's hello. Let's start with who wants to go first?
Okay, guess request. No, I need her to check in with us.
Go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Andrea. I go by Andrea B. I am the founder and CEO of Healing Through Vulnerability, which is a mental health and wellness brand that I formed almost a year ago during my own mental health crisis. I am an empowerment strategist. I'm a mental health and wellness advocate. I'm a published author.
Yes.
And I am just really out here to share my story, but to also empower and uplift other women. I'm not a coach, I'm not a therapist, but I'm just a woman who's been through some traumas and triggers, who's had to dig herself out of the dark spot. And so my point or my platform is here to help you, as well. I want to encourage you. I'm hoping, while saving someone else, I can save myself in the long run. So that's pretty much who we are.
Oh, Andrea, say that part again. Empowerment strategist.
Yes.
I love that. Don't you? Don't you like that? Empowerment strategist.
Yes, I do. Ask her, can she join our you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram. I've been looking for it.
Okay, so are you?
Are
you on there? You on there?
I'm not. I'm doing the Zoom and the Spotify.
Okay, tell her to go on mine. And then
House of Angels.
Okay, go on my Instagram too, Olivia, please. And I'll put in you and Andrea. Go to mine. And then I'll add them in on mine on here.
House of Angels one.
You on Instagram already, Olivia?
Which one? House of Angels?
Yep. Tell her the House of Angels. One. Not Inc.
Okay.
Yeah, House of Angels 1. Not Inc. Yeah, go to the one House of Angels 1. Olivia, you on that one too.
Okay, there's a lag
though. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna allow you in.
Okay, I look a disaster. I've been sick.
You don't have to, she don't want to be seen on camera.
Oh, she don't want to be seen on camera? Okay.
I'll be together by Saturday.
Yeah, okay. Look, we're gonna edit all this out, but she's on here though. We can't see that.
All right, there we go. Okay. Hey, Olivia.
Yes. So
Yep, it's from the podcast. Come out of your podcast. Yep, come off of your podcast. Yep, come off of your podcast.
So I have here with me one of Andrea's, her journal, Healing Through Vulnerability, mental health journal and planner. So Andrea, can you tell us a little bit what inspired you to come up with this journal?
Well, one of the things I've learned during during my mental health journey, and it didn't just start last year. But on this journey for almost 20 years now, since my first diagnosis. But I've learned that getting rid of your emotions or writing down your emotions or feelings when you're going through trauma allows you to, one, release those emotions and leave them in a space where it doesn't take up your mind. But then two, as you grow and as you heal and as you go through that journey, sometimes you can look back to see how far you've come.
Yes.
And I've learned sometimes, especially when you're in the midst and how dark things are, sometimes I'm very forgetful. So writing my emotions down in the morning, so if you look in there, there's a mental health check-in. Help me. Sometimes journal prompts that are built with positivity help me keep my mind in a positive and safe space when I'm in the midst of trauma. And so I just really wanted to be able to encourage and inspire women to start writing their emotions down on paper so that they can release those feelings and actually begin the healing journey. If we keep everything bottled in, then how can we move forward? We're stagnant, we stay stuck. And so the journal is to inspire to release and move forward, but also to empower you to keep going and to make you feel like you're not doing anything wrong. We all suffer with some type of trauma or trigger, but we can at least manage it a little bit better. And I made it as small as possible so that you can take it on a plane. You can put it in your book bag because I don't do heavy, bulky books.
Right.
I can't. But I just thought it was so important to have that there. And then also it allows people a little bit of a window into my world. I give a little blurb in the beginning just to let people know that I'm here, I'm an advocate, but I'm also someone who suffers with mental illness. So and that was my inspiration.
Yeah, I just have to say the transparency of it all, just saying your journey, and like we are still on this journey together, like different places in our mental health journey. But for those who are listening, where can they find the book or find you? Can you just tell us how they can look up your information?
Yes, definitely. So you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook as Healing Through Vulnerability. You can purchase my journal in the link in my bio. If you want to meet me or just talk with me one-on-one, I do have a community that I've started called the Hope Jar.
Yes.
And we are just an empowerment community. The hope is to just do activities. We officially launched on my birthday last month.
Yes.
And so we're just a bunch of women who are there to encourage each other, is to provide a safe space.
Yes.
I have a no judgment policy. We all have gone through something. And so my goal is just to be there to hold your hand, just because these are some of the things that I wish I had over the last 20 years, just having a group of women to rally with me while I went through my depressive moments. Battling depression is not an easy feat. There's so much stigma behind having mental illness. And I'm such a crusader for fighting and breaking the stigma because, we're always, told we're violent. We're always told we're crazy. We're always told there's something, that we're not able to do anything. We're not able to start businesses. We're not able to be successful. We're not able to live healthy lives and be in healthy relationships. But I'm here to tell you that is a lie.
Yes.
And my goal is to prove that point that you can be successful. You can have a master's degree. I have one. You can start a family. You can be around kids. You can have a healthy relationship, but you have to do the work.
Yes.
Inside first. before
Yes.
we start and bringing other people in. So I'm not hard to find. Follow me, healing through vulnerability. Reach out to me, DM me. I'm very responsive. If you want to meet me on Zoom, I have a link in my bio for that. I'm excited to meet everybody at this event. I'm excited to learn. I'm goosebumps with getting ready to learn from fellow panelists. I'm just a fly on the wall. I just want to be able to soak in all the information. So I'm super excited.
I am too. I'm super excited. And I think what you just keep on saying about the empowerment. And if Dr. Olivia wants to chime in and tell us a little bit about your book, You Have Conflicted Heart, and then Have We Met? Oh, child, I'm gonna tell you, this Have We Met got something different. But if you want to talk about Conflicted Heart and what made you write this book.
Well, Conflicted Heart is actually the first book published, but it wasn't my first book. My first book is actually my journey to heal from Conflicted Heart. Conflicted Heart is actually a memoir. It's a chapter in my life, so to speak. I went through with domestic violence and Flow 10, The Mind Detox is actually the first book that was written. So it was written, but it wasn't published. And that was because God had a particular order that he wanted it to do. Amen. So Conflicted Heart tells you the story, how, I got to that place of what I would call captivity. And then how God actually not just physically took me out of the situation, but how, a lot of times people think that if you separate yourself from it, then you're good. But there's some work that has to be done in order for you. Amen. That's right. And so the steps that he took me through are the steps that I actually, put down in writing. I know it works because I know a lot of people look at me, they talk to me, and they say, "There's no way you could have been in that type of situation. I can't even see it," and that's because of God. Come on. Everybody that has that testimony of deliverance, we don't look like what we came from.
Yes, say that again. Say that again.
Amen. He don't leave that stuff on you. He take that stuff off you.
All off, exactly. And he trades you, beauty for ashes. He trades you, And so that's just about my journey. And I'm looking forward to the symposium as well. I'm excited, to even be considered. I thank you guys for considering me to speak to your audience and to your people. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be really good. Mental health is one of those things that people, especially in our community, it's one of those things that people kind of look at, as we should be shamed, the discussion about what's going on with us and getting those things out so that we can, deal with them and release them. But more and more I'm seeing that, we're evolving, in our thinking. And so when more and more people testify and say, hey, I've actually talked to someone, I've actually, dealt with the things that, needed to be dealt with. And I'm a better person for it because I understand me. I understand what happened. And I mean, decipher, between all the things that happened and understand that it's just a chapter. It's not my life. It doesn't define me. It's just, what I went through.
Come on.
And, you know what I mean? I got through it. There's just light at the end of the tunnel. I tell people, okay, there's a light at the
There is.
Let me ask.
There is.
Yeah. So would you say when you say you got through it, are you still healing or is it days and sometimes you have triggers?
It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
Triggers that I had. I cannot really say that each day is better than the day before.
Mm-hmm.
That I had 10 days ago 10 years ago, months ago. I don't have the same triggers because I'm constantly working on it.
Amen.
And that's the thing that I tell people, you got to constantly work on that
You
thing.
do. You
The
do.
thing about it is the thing that we actually go through, we go through it for other people. It's not really for us. Because of that, you do spend the rest of your life healing from it. That's not a bad thing. Because you're evolving so that you can be the voice that people need to hear in order for them to get the victory as well in their lives. So I understand that this is a mission. I understand that it's a responsibility that God gave me. This is something
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He trusts me with the testimony, and so because he trusts me, I'm going to continue to, like I said, evolve into the person that he is making and molding, me to be. So yeah, it's a daily process and daily part of the walk.
Glory.
Yeah. Did you want to say something, Andrea?
Oh, I'm agreeing. I get up every day and I say, I'm living in my divine purpose. I have to keep going. He kept me from what I've been through last year to show someone else that they could go through whatever it is that they're going through. They could be in the darkest parts of their life. They could have a building thrown on top of them, but they can dig themselves out and they could be greater than they were yesterday. And so my divine purpose is to show you that you can go through anything, but you have to keep going. You don't go through to get stuck. You go through to go through it. And you have to be able to show other people that they can get through it too. So I am my sister's keeper. So if I have to go through such traumatic events to show you how strong you can be and show the strength that you have and show that all you need to do is tap in and unlock your purpose and your divine purpose, that is something that I'm willing to do. I have no problem being in the spotlight, sharing my story and healing out loud, which is not easy, to make sure that women stay encouraged. And they don't feel alone. I think for so long, people, especially women, we always felt so embarrassed. Because of the stigma, because of the names we were called, because we didn't have examples of people who were dealing with real life issues, and we didn't see them come from under that. So it's so important that we have examples like this to show, because young girls need to see it. They are dealing with some serious life crises now. And so we have to be the example of what you can deal with and still stay encouraged, still stay strong, still stay empowered, and still be a success story. Our stories aren't over yet. He didn't write us off yet, and so we have to keep going. So I wholeheartedly agree with everything that she said. I actually was encouraged just by listening to a little bit of that. So I'm super excited about Saturday.
Yeah, I would say with Tanisha, we've been knowing each other for how long? How long you been knowing me, girl?
Since 2010?
Yeah,
So it's been 13 years.
When we started doing this trauma series, when she came to me with this, I'm like, this was kind of right on time. And I think all of us here can say we believe in God.
Right.
And it was just time, like you said, to put women in the room and men. We don't want to. So let's be clear. Men can
that
come.
was what I was finishing. I wanted to say, I had a couple questions, but go ahead, finish your comment.
I was going to say,
I had a few comments, two questions for them.
Okay, I was going to say this is open to women and men. So men, please don't feel left out that you cannot come to this event. And like Olivia was saying, this and Andrea, we want to provide a safe space for especially us, not and being able to talk about things that needs to be addressed that we've been going through. So I hope everybody feels safe at this event, to come and express and come with questions and Come with a pen and paper. I'm gonna tell you, because it's even some things I'm learning on this journey that I'm going through.
We got
So
one for.
yeah, go ahead, Tanisha.
Well, my question was this. For
I was frozen for a second.
I know that thing popped up. I'm sorry. I ain't asked it yet. I'm asking now. The question I had for you ladies was, because of our experiences were with men, you know, in the domestic, I can say you before I say that, I know yours was with the man. Andrea, yours was with the man as well.
Yes.
Okay.
My trauma, yes.
Okay. Okay. So, back to the question about the men. Okay. I want to say this because today I thought about misconceptions. Men has truly been left out. Okay. I understand that they are the assailants here when it comes to us three. That's us four. Okay. The man is the thing coming down.
Yeah.
The men are the assailants. Okay. But they truly have been left out in this mental health platform. Okay. We as women, we find ourselves coming together collectively. Okay. And doing many different things out here in the world, not just, you know, mental health, whatever, you know, women is, we're power to the people. And a lot of the men, okay, are being left out. So for me, I opened up my platform, and it was because a man of God spoke this to me. I told him, this was some years ago. I said, oh, yeah, you know, I deal with the women and this and that and all this. He looked at me. He said, no, that's not all God calls you to deal with. He said, you are to empower and encourage and lift men up. You. He said, you go read about Deborah. He said, what I want you to do is go read about Deborah. You are Deborah. So I have opened my platform to men as well. I have a son. And I don't want him left out of nothing. You got 3, and you don't want them left out of nothing. You have 1, and you don't want him left out of nothing, and a husband. You understand? Your fiance and, you know, Miss Andrea, I don't know if she have any children or not, but you don't want them left out of anything because they've been left out. Anytime I can sit and kick it with my son and hear some of the things he shared with me, and I'll be like, they really don't have, so really, it's like, to me, and it's just my opinion. So is it a straight up setup fail for y'all? You know, because we women, we build all these platforms for the sisters. You understand? I'm domestic violence, you know, survivor. Now I'm an advocate, a mentor. I'm a this, I'm a that. You know, I got all this power because of a situation. You understand what I'm saying?
I think, go ahead, ask them your question.
You know, so on you all,
don't get me started.
Platform, you know, of healing and healing through vulnerability. Men are vulnerable too. You know, that's a good space and place. And I'm sure plenty of men have conflicted hearts.
Yes.
Okay. What can we do as women collectively coming together and bringing mental wellness and healing to our men? What can you, what do you feel in your heart that you can share and do?
Number one, I think sharing the platform, like you said, like you began to say, you know, men are invited. You know, you're welcome. The problem with that is and what needs to be addressed is the stigma, you know, and when it comes to how men are not supposed to be vulnerable, you're not, you know, soft, you're considered soft or whatever for being vulnerable in some kind of way. And I can't say that there aren't men getting together, because I do know a couple.
I know a lot of them that do stuff.
Yeah, personally, where the men get together symposium like we're doing.
That's what I was gonna say.
And that's the thing, is like we all need to do it together as men and women, because we need to understand how they feel. They need to understand how we feel.
But I just don't see. Oh, go ahead.
Look, no, go ahead. I mean, we having a conversation.
Right. I was gonna say I think men deal with emotions just differently in itself. Like, okay. And that's fine. They don't like you said, it has to be an informal setting for a man to be vulnerable. Because if a man, and I wish we had a man on here to speak for us, but listen, they coming.
But you know me, I'll pull a man quick. I'm serious. Right. You know me, I'll be like, come on, get on. But
to say it is to say, if a man is vulnerable, he's considered what? What do you think if a man was to come to you crying?
Well, Larry said it when we had him on the live. What did he say? He said women, portray him as act like a like a female.
You would think now. What do you think, Andrea? What would you say if a man came to you vulnerable, crying about being in a trauma situation, and he supposed to be holding it down as a man? How would you handle that?
So here's the thing with me. I've dealt with men who have come to me in the middle of whatever self-medicated emotional state they've been in, being vulnerable with me. And I've never ever passed judgment on these men because I have been in their space literally since I was 19 years old. But here's where the safe space kind of shifts for me, and why I have chose to right now just specifically deal with women and young girls. And it's because of the way I was received, not by going to them and saying, well, you're a weak man. In fact, I have always encouraged men that I have dated who I can eyeball and say, there's some trauma that you've experienced, and you may need to go talk to a licensed counselor or therapist to, deal with that. Where in reverse, it is, no, I'm not the crazy one. I'm not the one with the mental health issues. You are. I'm just telling you what I've dealt with, but I'm not crazy. You are the crazy one. I've dealt with a man for 6 years. I was in an abusive relationship with a man who was in the military, who was abused as a child, who was self-medicate with alcohol. And he would literally, in those drunken tirades, break down emotionally and tell me exactly what he was dealing with. And for me, it was, I want to help you. How can I rescue you? It was a savior complex that I felt like I had to put on my red cape and step in and save this man from himself. All while this man took his 5 minutes of entertainment in front of his friends to belittle me. I'm the crazy one. I need to be locked up in a psych ward. I'm emotional. I'm the damaging one. So it's not that I don't want men to be vulnerable. I think they need to be. I think this would resolve majority of what some of their issues are if they could just have the platform and the opportunity to release some of these issues. But the problem is that they have sometimes, not all, and not, some men have a tendency to want to shift those emotions and put them on the woman. I didn't have all these issues growing up. I was molested, yes. But I didn't deal with being beat by my dad and my mom. I had to go through some serious counseling from 8, but the way that his trauma came out, he didn't want to deal with those issues. This man was 7 years older than me and did not believe in psychiatrists and did not believe that he needed to heal from anything. It wasn't that I wasn't giving him the space to do that. It's just that coming from a woman, most men are still stuck in the 50s where women can't be on the side of you to hold your hand and walk you through stuff. They want you to be behind you, to be some kind of support, but they don't want to listen to anything that we have to say. I want you to be vulnerable with me. I want you to go get some therapy. I want to help you on your journey. What can I do for you? But I don't want to lose myself in the interim, because then I have to do the work again to fix the trauma that you threw on me that maybe I didn't have when we first met. I would love to open my platform to men. I think it would be a healthy conversation, but men have to want to come in and have this healthy conversation without the
You got any
judgment.
men?
Robert.
Hi.
Hey, Robert.
If you want to chime in on a man, and how we're talking about trauma. If you want to make a comment, we'll come back around to it. But I think it's kind of bittersweet. We would love.
I honestly, I talk to,
maybe it's an age thing.
For me, I what I want to say, Lord, you got to help me, right? Because I have to say what I need to say correctly.
Yep, say it correctly.
For me, when it comes to men, I'm me. I'll be straight up. I'll be straight up. I allow them their space of freedom. And if I have to take mine, I take mine. That's just what I do. I don't allow men to make me feel like, I'm not worthy, or they don't hear me, or I don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who. And
wait, but when you say that, wait. But when you say that, are you saying that as of now, or you just recently not allowing that?
No. This just been a very, very, very long time. This has been even when I was in an abusive relationship. That was the whole problem, because I never backed down. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I never backed down. That's why I was in an abusive relationship, because he felt like, you're gonna listen to what I'm saying. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna listen to what you're saying, and I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, because you're not my father. You don't tell me what to do. So that's where all the fighting and all that stuff would just go down just like that, because you're not gonna tell me what to do. And I do what I want to do.
Right.
And that's okay. I'll fight with you tomorrow about it, but I'm going out tonight to the bar. And when I come back, we can fight later or tomorrow, whenever you feel like it.
But I'm going to do what I'm
going to do. What I want to do.
Okay.
So for me, in that, in that space, I never looked at him like, oh, you need mental health. You need mental help. I need mental help. I ain't even look at you like that. You know what I mean? I felt like you trying to be, you don't tell me what to do. My own daddy don't whoop me. So I ain't gonna let you whoop me. Now, even though I get beat up, I'll have a black eye, busted lip, all that.
Yeah.
But I fought you back. You don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. So it be kind of different, when women, so I understand when some women, when they do their platforms of healing and things like that, it's kind of, very thin in that line where they may want to add men in. As for me, I'll be like, hey, bring the brother on, bro. Why you crazy? You know what I mean?
No,
I'm just saying,
don't call
no.
crazy.
I'm saying I'm saying that I'm silly like that.
I know.
I'm saying that in my own way. This ain't about
this
and other.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why you going through what you going through? Why you act like, what's wrong? What happened?
But
I be direct like that. I don't feel like, they're gonna come and take that, because that's the misconcept. Because every man, just like Larry, when he got on there, he got it. I say, there you go. When your husband got on there, they got there, they went there, and I was excited, like, yes, I love it. Please tell us more. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel that's what, but a lot of women, it be a very, 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 very thin line for a lot of women. It's just not for me.
It's a very thin line, because I'm gonna tell you, even with my husband talking to his friends, like they like, what?
Yeah.
Trauma?
Yeah.
Okay. What y'all gonna be doing there? Like they're gonna be crying, automatically it's like, why we need to come. And I'm learning.
You want them boxes open. They don't want the boxes open.
But like Andrea said, and I will say this, and like we talked about last week, first they have to identify that they have went through some type of trauma instead of putting it off on us and making us come in with, because I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't know if I was a magnet for those unhealthy, toxic relationships, but like you said, you come in sometimes like a savior, like let me save you, let me be what's wrong, let me coddle you. But no, I think men need to take accountability and they need to identify.
They do.
And
women do too.
Yeah. And so with this event, I mean, that's why it's Women's Month. It's open to men. I don't care if it's one man. Do
they have a men's month? Do they have a men's month?
Father's Day. Father's Day. That's
but we have Mother's Day.
No,
we have Mother's Day.
Oh well.
So do they have a men's month? Like they got the Women's Month history or whatever. But do they have that for men? I ain't think so. Okay.
Would you like us
we ain't I'm just my brothers, I'm for my brothers. I'm just gonna be 100 with you. I get it. I didn't wear a black eye, busted lip, all that. I get it. And I get it. When I know the history of him and I knew what happened in his life. It's like, okay, I see why you.
I would say this though. I think, like you said, I think coming from right. I think, like you said, God has that calling on you to speak to the men, and that's awesome. But some men not gonna receive that.
Oh, indeed, a whole lot of them.
Because me being a therapist, right? I've sat across the room doing therapy, and honestly, men, the way they think is just different.
But how can you, but even in your walk in life, how can you, even if it is that, right? Even if it is that they got these, they're different. I get it. However, they're still human beings.
Yes.
Right? And so what I'm saying is that it got to be something. Okay, because understand what I want y'all to understand here, okay? Y'all got husbands and y'all got, boyfriends or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And if y'all want to continue to have them black, I'm saying seriously, and it's on a serious note.
Yeah.
We got to wake up. You understand that? They're understand what I'm saying. They're getting rid of them. Do y'all not see that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
If they either going to the prison system or we going to the graveyards with them, whichever way, but that's where they're going.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So at some point, because the United States of America is where we all reside, they're not doing it. They got a place for them, these animals as they predict them to be. Okay? They got something for them. Period. And I understand, again, we didn't have these, we do what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? God got me off that. He said, okay, come on, deal with your domestic violence. I want you to deal with that. And then he got to add all this other stuff. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, God, hold up. Yeah, I get it. You was beat up. You were.
Yeah.
Then some of the tasks I probably should have. And I'm saying that, and I'm only saying that because of what I was giving out. I wasn't no easy win either.
You wasn't an angel.
Period. Seriously. I victimized him a few times. I'll haul off and slap him, punch him, or whatever. He'd be like, oh, really? Okay. But I would come on, whatever, because I'm mad and this is what we do. But you got to be able to be real. You got to be able to be 100 and transparent with yourself. And I am that. I know I can be something. I know in them days I would cuss you out. I done cussed your mother out. I done cussed everybody connected to you out in your face. Said many bad things that a man would be like, whoa, what did you just say? Yeah, I said that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So let me ask you this then, Tanisha. Because you still talk to your
I still talk to him.
Yeah. And have you ever confronted him like you dealing with some stuff?
Oh, indeed.
And what did he say?
And he'll be like, "Oh, I know I need some. Yeah, I know what I need to do."
What he say?
But
You
it's
need
like
to do?
you know, I told him, I said, "You don't receive from me because we be 100.
See, that's
we be 100." I said, "You don't receive from me."
And that's all
But
I'm saying.
he will be, if other people, if he had a conversation, like you could be in the room with him and you could tell him, Dr. Olivia, you could be like, "Well, yeah, you know, conflicting hearts or this or that, and I've been through this," and he'll be like, wow, yeah, you're right. You know, he'll identify, but I come right behind you, say the same thing, and he'll be like, "Nah, see, you know, I know the vulnerability. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know, you know, some weak links. Mm-hmm. So since I know that, it's like, oh, go away. You coming to press all these buttons.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I get that, you know, but it's you know, the men are just, it's like they dropping the ball on our Black men. I'm just gonna be 100, y'all. I'm not saying this in a racist manner. If you Caucasian and you listen in, but I'm definitely talking about my brothers, because at the end of the day, you watching and you watch the news and you see what's going on. You see all the brothers being shot down, killed, murdered, whether it's being the police or whether it is being another brother that's doing it. Either way, we're watching them leave here. You know, and so we be afraid for our own sons at that point, because we like, oh my God, well, where you, I'm calling all day. Well, where you at? Where you riding there? Oh, okay, well, what time? You know, and,
taking accountability. We're reading a note.
So. Oh, okay. And, you know, and so we be concerned because we know what's really going on out here towards the brethren. You understand? Mm-hmm. So I feel that if we could help, you know, and make a safe space, and only how we gonna make a safe space with men, women. Listen, I'm gonna be 100. Y'all know I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. We can't come with that bitterness. You can't come with your unforgiveness, your bitterness, your biased ways. You can't do that. You got to be able to put that stuff to the side and be able to let God use you in a manner. And we're not the ones that's like that, but it's a lot of women.
Well, no, I would say
that take this platform and they be out of order.
No, but what I would say is you can't say that, because some people
I can't say what. Tell me what I can't say.
Can't be bitter. Because some people in their journey,
exactly.
If I'm just getting out of a abusive relationship, I am bitter. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay. So
I feel like
that's real.
I've been through I forgave all my trauma induced individuals, because in order for you to grow and in order for you to heal, the forgiveness is for you.
Right.
I didn't have to directly go to this person and say I forgive you.
Exactly.
I don't ever plan to do that.
Yeah.
Forgiveness was for me, because had I not forgiven what had happened to me, I would not be on this podcast talking to either one of you. Mm-hmm. And Emily knows that because of my story. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that men should not follow my page. I have lots of men that follow me on Healing Through Vulnerability.
Yeah, you got good information. Look,
Andrea, are they following you, or are they, you know what I'm saying?
Are they following the help?
Sure. Whatever's gonna get the information.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay.
Live got us.
I still share the same information. I don't police it. However, I create a safe space for women, because a lot of us are afraid to speak and say anything because of what has happened to us in the past. And so I forgave what happened to me. I am the healthiest and happiest I have been in almost a year.
Amen. I receive that.
I have not been in suicidal ideation, which is something I had to fight my way out of for a whole year. And so I don't have a problem with men listening in on mental health conversations. Again, I have always been a crusader of, I gotta help you. I want to empower you. What do I need to do for you so that you can be the best version of yourself? But I have lost myself trying to do that. That's why I'm saying they have to be willing to say, hey, I go through this too. Okay, I'm not licensed, so I can't give you licensed advice. And I'm not a man, so I can't say from a male perspective, I understand exactly what you're dealing with. Now, if you want me to encourage and empower you, I got you. If you want a journal, you can have one. It's not a sexist journal.
Right.
It's
not.
What I'm saying is that for anybody to be vulnerable, you have to be very strong. And men, for some reason, and these are men that have approached me, have said, well, this makes you weak because you have been through this, but you don't want to be silent on this. Or this has made you crazy. And so because of your reaction to this, because how can you do this to yourself and, not know what your worth is and not feeling like you're enough? These are things and stigmas that come along with inviting men into a safe space. So to protect other women who may be in that dark spot, yes, I limit some of the things that I do as women only. The hope jar is so that women can get there and be as loose and open and vulnerable as possible so that they can get in a room and they could cry and someone can say, you know what, I've been there, sis, and I'm not judging you. I'm here to help you, empower you, and whatever you need me to do for you. You're not an emotional person. You're not crazy. You're not psycho. I understand what you've been through. Let me help you. Men don't want that. There's a men therapy thing that goes on in New York every year. And the room is not filled to capacity for men who want to go get therapy. There's men on TikTok who won't go get diagnosed for whatever it is that they're going through. There are platforms for men, but they don't want to engage in them. So now we have to open our spaces again.
So what it was healed women gonna do? You see what I'm saying? So us healing.
It keeps us from losing our power. It gives us a little bit more strength. I know I have to be completely healed to ever date somebody else, regardless. And I tell people all this. I tell men, look, I get it. You don't want to be considered weak or whatever the case is, but you got to come with some kind of balance. You have to at least be speaking with somebody or whatever your ex-girlfriend did. I'm not her.
Yeah.
So that means you need to heal from whatever traumas you've been through for us to even have a conversation at this point. Because why do I have to keep going through that if they don't want to go get help? I can't make a grown man go get help. I had to go get help. So I'm saying if you want me to be vulnerable with you, then you need to go get some help so you could be vulnerable with me. Men pack these traumas into other ways of releasing them. They go to the gym and they get big muscles, or they do substance abuse, or they cheat. I mean, they just do stuff that's just so out of character. But it's like then we ride in with these capes because we want to save our Black men or whatever the case is. But they're not doing the same for us. They are tearing us up.
But that's what I'm saying. So if they never
communication, they have to be willing to open those communications with us. We can't keep forcing the narrative. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I have men follow me. They like my status. They comment on my posts. They go, oh, you know what? That makes sense. But do you ever see them like literally like using the information to make better choices? Some of the men that I've seen, no, because at the end of the day, they still slide in my DMs with foolishness. You see what I mean? They're not using what I'm giving, being vulnerable and opening my platform to just everybody, because my platforms are public. I haven't made them private. I don't make people pay to get into them. You can follow me at any time. But these men use my posts and my tragedies as a way to slide in my DMs and send foolishness. They don't want help from me. They don't want to listen to me. They don't care what I have to say.
And that's powerful. I think, it just takes a special person to deal with the men with trauma. And I think also this is just my opinion, and next week we're gonna bring on some men so they can piggyback on this. But I just think just like we receive
Mhm.
better, like as I might receive something from you telling me your bra strap showing or your panties showing, rather than a man telling me that or pulling me to the side. I think that's in this situation, a man has to pull another man to the side and say, "Hey, man, now you out of line." And I know a lot, and I'm gonna be real, and I'm being very transparent from some of my husband's friends. They be way out of line. But he like, that don't got nothing to do with me. So who holding who accountable? Exactly. I think that's where us women, I think that's just an intuition us as women that we have to say, like she said, girl, I got you, sis, I got you. And that's embedded in us. But with them, they like to just turn the other way. Like, listen, me being in an abusive relationship, I'm here to tell you, my ex-boyfriend or whatever has hit me in front of his friends, and his friends have not said nothing.
Act like they ain't got nothing to do with that.
I don't got nothing to do with it. That's between y'all two. Yeah. So I'm saying it goes back to that accountability and identifying. I'm open. They have to be open. But we want to save them. But what the son say? Don't save them. You don't want to be. Don't save us. You don't want to be saved. Same thing. And that's just like what it is. So, I mean, we gonna end it on that note because we could go on and on and on and on. But I hope we see some men at this event and women as well. It's gonna be a magnificent event with 3 speakers. We have some awesome questions. Tanisha's sitting here deep in thought right now because it gets deep. It gets deep. And this is episode 2.
It's like all in my head is this here is that so you women, us women, we're gonna just be alone because if you every man gonna come with something, and like Andrea was saying, she was like, listen, I don't want to get in, another relationship with a man and he got issues with his ex and he hasn't handled, that situation with her, and so it's almost kind of like, you got to kind of bring me your file in here to see if you've seen a therapist, because if you haven't had no therapy and dealt with your problems, then that means you about to bring some problems to me. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to stay healed. I ain't trying to be hurt no more. I ain't trying to go through this mess no more. But if you got 75% of our men that really suffer from mental illness due to their traumatic experiences within their life that they've never gotten any help for, then what man you gonna have? And what kind of healthy relationship are you going to have? Because it's like they coming. He may not even fight you. It may be a mental thing. And the mental thing may not even be that he's tearing you down. He just don't have nothing for you but a little conversation here and there. The conversations will never get deep. He may not ever share anything with you. It don't mean he might not hurt you or hit you, but are we okay in accepting that? That he ain't sharing nothing with you, but then he may not be displaying anything either.
Look,
so we could go forever. You know what I mean? But
yep, we can.
But we gotta. It's just that, like I said, I see a lot of us women. We're building each other, and it's like, but we building each other from these old reckless relationships that we were in. You see what I'm saying? And then we thinking that because we get this healing, we can kind of maybe identify again to keep from going back into, like I said, if a man doesn't display to you that he got all these issues, you don't know until you get into that relationship. And he may not show something for 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Some trigger. that you may say or do, or something happen at work and have nothing to do with you, and it trigger off something in them.
You're right.
You know, so it's but anyway,
we could go on and on.
I just want us to be able to just as human beings, it ain't got nothing to do with this platform. It's just that any and every opportunity that we could get, and we can give an encouraging word to a Black man, even if you don't see anything. For me, you married, so it'll be different for you, because you can't just be having conversations with straight random men, but if we in a store, how some men to go, hey, how you doing, or something like that, and God may show you something, about them, and you just say, you know what, brother, bless you, I'm gonna pray for you. I've had that before, and they be like, how did you know? See what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that we all need that healing breakthrough. We all need that healing breakthrough.
We do.
And I want it for everybody.
Yeah. So come out to a gathering for hope.
You're not gonna keep looking.
Listen, if I could get this name right.
Because I told her, y'all, don't put all them many names in there. She took every name of healing, hope, and deliverance.
That's right. Listen, hope, deliverance, mental health, look, everything. But we will be here from 1 to 3.
Yeah, 1 to 3.
And we're glad we have Andrea. Thank you so much.
Yes,
for coming
we thanking
on.
Olivia.
Dr. Olivia, thank you.
She had to get off in it.
And until next time. So tune in next week.
Yes.
Thanks for those who have joined. And we will
and
talk.
Emily is looking so pretty. I think she got a date. I think she got a date.
Goodbye.
You got a date?
No date. No date.
Brandon, do y'all have a date? Because your wife is over here.
All right. We'll talk to y'all next
Thursday. Next Thursday. And the class starts next Thursday.
Yes, but the time will be different.
No, the class ended too. We come straight into this. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see y'all.
All right. Y'all have a great day. And again, y'all make it out. Make it out. Make it out, y'all.
Yes. Come on out. Go on there and register. All right. Bye.
All right. Have a great day. Like, yeah, I'm